Hey guys, what's up? Cece back with another video, and today's video is going to be Battle of the Foundations. Ho, ho, ho. First time watching me, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. You never want to miss a single upload. Also, make sure you click the little notification bell so you can always be notified of all of my future videos. Make sure you're following me on social media. My Instagram be popping at Yvette Loves Beauty. The link is always down below. And also make sure you're subscribed to my family vlog channel here on YouTube if you'd like to get to know me a little more behind the scenes. So let's go ahead and jump in. You guys have been asking me, you've been commenting on your videos, you've been DMing me and everything about my thoughts on two very new foundations to the market, and that is the Pur 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Long Wear Foundation and Concealer, as well as the UOMA, I think that's how you say it, the UOMA Say What Foundation, and this is Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. So you guys have definitely been bugging me about both of these foundations to do a review, so I thought I would combine it in this video and do a battle of the foundations. So I have already done a wear test on these foundations, which you guys will see towards the end of the video. You guys will see my thoughts and how it wears throughout the day. You guys know how I do that, but we're also gonna do a demo today, and I'm gonna put the UOMA foundation on this half of my face, and I'm going to put the Pur Cosmetics Foundation on this half of my face and just show you guys how it applies and all of that. Now, as I just mentioned, I've already done a wear test with these foundations, and I use like my holy grail products, the products that I know that work for me and I know how they work and how they react with my skin. Those are the products that I use with both foundations when I did the wear test. So today I'm gonna mimic that look and do the exact same products that I used on those days that I did the wear test. Every single thing will be the same except for the eyes. I'm actually trying out right now the new UOMA Beauty. This is the Poise palette, and I showed you guys this in a recent haul, but it's just so pretty. That gold is like everything. That's what I have on the lids, and this palette is really gorgeous right now. But I wanted to give that a try today. So this does not look how I looked in my wear test, but everything else, the exact same products will be there. So first thing, let's talk about the Pur Cosmetics. This is again the 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Long Wear Foundation and Concealer. So they call it a foundation and a concealer because, as you can see, it does come with a pump if you want to use it as a foundation, which I have not used the pump yet. What I do is I pull it up like this, and it has a doe foot applicator, which helps you if you want to use it as a concealer. Now, the only issue with using it as a concealer and a foundation is that you're gonna have to buy two colors. You know, unless you just wanna spot conceal real quick, if you're gonna use it as like an under eye concealer, you're gonna have to buy two shades. So really, you could just buy a concealer for that, you know what I mean? So that's the only downside with having the foundation be a concealer and a foundation. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But this foundation does come in 100 shades. You heard me right, 100 shades. I mean, at first I was like, that's such a gimmick, you know, 100 shades. Do we really need 100 shades? I think that is quite a lot. I also think it makes it impossible to find your shade online. Like, honestly impossible. I tried to gauge, and I went online and I tried to find my shade, and I was just like, I can't order this foundation because I know the foundation shade would be wrong. So I did go inside of Ulta and pick my shade. Now the only thing about that is Ulta only carries 40 shades of the foundation, so you don't get, you know, all the shade range. But I think I found a really good match, and I got the shade DG3. So I'm going to start applying this on the left side of my face. Lord Jesus, I almost forgot to prime. Let's go in with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation primer. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm just going to add that to both sides of my face. Now let's go in with the foundation. So as you can see, like I said, I got the shade DG3, which DG stands for Dark Golden 3, which there's nothing dark about this shade, but the foundation does go pretty deep. I forgot what they call the actual like dark deep shades. I forgot what they call those, but there's nothing dark about these shades. That's probably too much, but so there is the shade. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out with a dampened beauty blender. The one thing about this foundation is that it does dry down pretty fast. This foundation is pretty matte, which is perfect for me in the upcoming season. Obviously with summertime, I want to be as matte as possible. And then what I do, if I want to add some dimension back to my face and some like some luminosity, some light back to my face, what I do is just go in with highlighter and setting sprays, and that seems to work out better for me than to try to get a non-mattifying foundation. Like, I need my foundation to be matte in the summertime. So this foundation is adjustable coverage, basically meaning if you put one pump, you can get like a medium coverage. If you put 2 to 3 pumps, you can get a fuller coverage. Now what I put on, I would consider probably like a pump and a half, 2 pumps, and I got pretty decent coverage, as you can see. So here is the side of my face with the foundation. I'm actually gonna put on a little more, but that's with, and then this half is without. So you can just see this side is a lot more smooth and even and just looks really good. There we go. Foundation, no foundation. What do you guys think so far? I think it looks so good, so good. I really love the finish of the Pur Cosmetics. All right, so now let's start on the UOMA Beauty Foundation. This foundation I got in the shade Bronze Venus T2C. And again, this is the Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. So when I saw that name, I was like, okay, so it's matte and hydrating. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or if I'm not gonna like it. This foundation is also adjustable coverage. For medium coverage, it says use sparsely. For full coverage, use generously. For extreme coverage, apply multiple layers. So you do have that option to build up the coverage with this baby right here as well. I also want to make note that both of these foundations are the standard foundation size and comes with 1 fluid ounce of foundation, in case you were wondering. But this foundation also has a pump, comes in 51 shades, another one that it's a little difficult to find your shade, you know what I mean? 51 shades is very hard to find your shade when it's online. So what I had to do again was go inside of an Ulta store, and not all Ultas carry UOMA Beauty yet. So I had to go find the store that carries UOMA Beauty, go inside of the store and test out different shades. And this is the one that I came up with that matched me best. And Ulta does have every single shade of the UOMA Beauty. So that's definitely a plus over the Pur Cosmetics Foundation. Obviously, it's very hard for Ulta to carry 100 shades, but they do have 51 in the UOMA Beauty. So that's really nice. Another good thing about UOMA Beauty is that depending on your skin concerns, the different top colors mean different things. So I believe there was a teal, an orange, a yellow, and I think a purple, if I'm not mistaken. I'll try to leave it down below if I can remember, but I ended up getting the yellow top. All right, now let's go ahead and apply this one. I'm also gonna use a beauty blender, but a different one. So I'm just gonna pump some out on my hands, and I'm gonna try to make the coverage as even as possible. I should have pumped the Pur Cosmetics one so it could be even, but it's cool. This is a little much. Now this foundation does not dry as quickly as the Pur Cosmetics, so it's a little more forgiving. You have a little more time to work with it if you do like pump out too much like I just did. You have a little more time to kind of work with it and spread it out. Now, as you can probably tell, this foundation is a little more on the red side, whereas the Pur Cosmetics is more on the golden side. So the colors may be a little off from each other, but that's not what we're testing out today. I actually think I did pretty decent with the coverage amount. I think they're pretty even. All right, y'all, here we go. So we have Pur Cosmetics on this side and UOMA Beauty on this side. What do you guys think? Which one looks better? I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you guys can get a little bit of a closer look at both. So here's the foundation up close and personal. We have UOMA Beauty again on this side and Pur Cosmetics on this side. So you guys tell me which one you think really stands out or really looks the best at first glance. To be honest, I myself think they're pretty even. I think I actually like, I don't know, I was gonna say I think I actually like the redder tone of the UOMA Beauty, but then when I look at this side, it just looks really nice and effortless and flawless. I don't know, they both look really good. I'm looking poreless and blurred, and I'm sure that has something to do with the foundation primer as well, but I'm looking blurred and poreless, and this just looks really, really good at first glance. All right, I'm gonna apply the rest of the makeup and I'll come back and show you guys the final look. My baby lost her first tooth. Smile, look, smile at the camera. No, up here, up here. My baby lost her first tooth. Oh.
I am bleeding.
You are bleeding. Muffins.
Now the tooth fairy will give me something.
What you want?
Candy. After snack.
Oh my God.
Mango coin.
Okay, so I'm trying to get back into like serious video mode, but my daughter just lost her first tooth. Like, what is life? I'm like emotional right now. Like, oh my God. I cannot believe it. Like, you guys, she's 5.5 now. Morgan, she's almost 5.5. Yeah, she'll be 5.5 in July. And I'm like, oh, I can't take it. I cannot take it. She just lost her first tooth and it's so cute. And now I got to put a couple dollars under her pillow. I got to get some cash. I never carry cash. So now I have to go find some cash to put under her pillow. But oh my God. All right, let's jump back into this video, you guys. So this is the final look. I decided to get a little fancy with the lips and with the eyes, but again, the face makeup is all the same that I wore during the wear test of this foundation. So again, Pur Cosmetics, UOMA Beauty on this side. You guys let me know your final thoughts after I put on the makeup. What do you think? How does it look? Let me know your feelings. Oh, and I just need to shout out this lip color because this is like the most velvety, smooth, I can't find it now, I'm looking for it. This is like the most velvety, smooth red lip I have like ever tried. It feels so good. This is the shade Diana by UOMA Beauty. And oh, it's so like velvety smooth. Like it just feels so good on the lips, not drying at all. So I just had to shout that out. Okay, so here's my thoughts. At first glance, everything looks amazing and it looks identical and flawless. Like even the shade of the foundation, I told you guys how the UOMA Beauty looked a little more red because it is a little more red undertone. The shade, after I put on the finishing powder and the concealer, all of that, it looks pretty much identical. Like I can't tell the difference. I mean, they look identical and flawless. Again, I look blurred, I look poreless, I look like I could go somewhere right now. I look freaking flawless. So literally, I thought I would see differences in the two just because of how they wear, but I don't. I see not one difference. Like no one would be able to tell the difference. I could go out with this look right now. So I'm gonna let you watch the wear tests and then I will be right back with my final thoughts. What's up, you guys? Good morning. So it is what, 8:45 in the morning. I have had this foundation on for an hour now, a whole hour, and obviously this is the UOMA Beauty Foundation. It looks so beautiful right now, you guys, so beautiful. I am like really loving this foundation. We're only an hour in, so clearly it still looks like flawless and perfect. I don't have really anything to say about it. My complexion looks good. It definitely covers well. I had like a little like purple vein right here because I tried to pop a pimple, so it definitely covered all of that, and I'm enjoying it right now. But again, we're only an hour in, so we'll see what it looks like in a little bit. I'm gonna also give you guys a closer view so you guys can see the full view right now, and then like I said, as the day goes on, we'll definitely check in and see how it's looking. So all right, you guys, so here is a close-up of the foundation and the rest of my makeup. As I told you guys, I had like a little purple like busted vein right here. It covered all of that. So this is how we're looking right after the makeup is applied. Well, an hour after the makeup is applied, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous and flawless. So we'll just see how this kind of keeps up throughout the day. Okay, you guys, what's up? I am back. It is, what time is it right now? It's 12:04, so just afternoon, and as you can see, there's definitely some wear in this foundation now. My natural oils are starting to kick in. We getting oily, girl, like all up and through here as usual, up and through here. Yeah, we're getting oily, especially around my nose area. Y'all know that's my like oil problem area. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I have this napkin right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and blot. But I just wanted to give you guys a close-up before I did that. I mean, the foundation doesn't look that bad. I've had foundations that just look a lot worse, you know what I mean? Lipstick moving. But I've had foundations that looked so much worse, but it doesn't look, I mean, it just looks like I wore it. It looks like I've been wearing it, you know? It's noon. I've had it on since about 7:45. So what's that? 8, 9, 10, 11. So about 4.5 hours. This is about the normal wear of a foundation for me and my oily skin. It's about the normal time that I start to get a little dewy. So I'm going to take this napkin right here, and I'm just in my car. And I'm going to, we're gonna do a little blotting. So here I am after a blot. I think it looks fine now. It actually looks perfect. It still looks a little worn, but it looks good. You know what I mean? It looks like a natural skin. I'm liking this full coverage look because it doesn't look like heavy full coverage, you know. Really doesn't look heavy. It just looks, it looks pretty natural, but it does have good coverage. So this is my first update, and I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Not overly impressed, but this is certainly, like I said, a normal wear of foundation for me. So I'm good with it right now, but we will continue wearing it throughout the day and see how things go. What's up, you guys? I thought I would check in for my final review on this UOMA Beauty Foundation for today. This is going to be my final check-in, and it is, what time is it? 6, can you see that? 6, I don't know why I always do that. It's 6:14, okay? So I've had this foundation on for approximately 11 hours, and this is what we're looking like at the end of the day. You guys saw where I touched up earlier, but this is where we are. So 11 hours of wear. My brows are super shiny, and they always get really shiny. I always get really shiny around this area. And I can also tell that it's not as full coverage as it was when I first put it on. So you can see a lot of my texture like right here and right here in the cheek area. So As far as an all-day wear test goes, I like the foundation, don't get me wrong. I just feel like I have better foundations, but I also feel like I have worse foundations. I feel like this kind of bears right like middle of the road for me with this one. So I mean, I'm happy for the brand, and I love that I was able to support such a great brand. So I'm not going to take the foundation back or anything, and I'll continue to wear it as well. But as far as just, is it my favorite foundation? Y'all know I got to keep it real with y'all, and honestly, it's not. It's nice, but that's about it. It's not overly special, it's not bad, it's just okay. So those are kind of my final thoughts. This is more of a close-up. Like, I feel, look, everything's kind of running, but I just, yeah, I'm really, really shiny, especially all up and through here. So yeah, that's UOMA Beauty. What's up, you guys? So this is our first like 45 minutes with this foundation on. It is, what time is it right now? 7:48 a.m. I put this foundation on at about 7:15-ish. So first 30 to 40 minutes with the foundation. This is what we're looking like. This Pur Cosmetics foundation is pretty flawless. I'm absolutely loving it. This is not my first time wearing it. It's actually my second or third. If you guys are following me on Instagram, then you would have saw in my stories that I did review this foundation in my stories, but I wanted to do another review on it and kind of compare it to the UOMA foundation. So this is what we're looking like right now, right after application. Well, about 35 minutes after application. And it looks pretty good, pretty flawless. This is like a medium coverage foundation in my opinion, and I really like it right now. So yeah, that's where we are. We'll see what we look like in a few hours. I'll talk to you guys later. What's up, you guys? So it's midday. It is, can you see that? 1:15 in the afternoon, and this is how my face is looking with the Pur Cosmetics foundation. And as you can see, as usual, we're a little shiny. Yeah, we're a little shiny. So it just looks worn though. It doesn't look oily. It just looks a little shiny, a little worn, like I just need a quick touch up. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna take a napkin and kind of dab it on my face. I'm not gonna use any powder or anything. Just take a little napkin and dab it on my face and see what the foundation looks like from there. I'm oily in my normal spots, like you can see, like my brow area, my forehead. I mean, those are my normal like oily spots around my nose, but the rest of my makeup looks to be still intact. Yeah, the rest of my makeup still looks to be good. So this is what we're working with midday right here. So let me go ahead and dab my face with a napkin and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the face after I went ahead and blotted with the napkin. Honestly, it looks perfect. It looks like it's new. Like, the makeup looks like I could have just applied it, to be quite honest. I am really loving this foundation right now. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this foundation. What's up, you guys? So I haven't checked in a very, very long time. It is, where is my phone? It's late, y'all. It's 9, can you see that? 9:50. I hate when my phone does that. 9:54 p.m. at night. Okay, I put this foundation on at about 7:30, and this is what we're looking like. I have not blotted since the last time I talked to y'all, and this is where we are. I think I'll talk to y'all about, my husband's upstairs teaching soccer tips, y'all. But I think I talked to y'all at about 1:30, so I talked to y'all 8 hours ago, and obviously we're oily now, but I've had this foundation on for what, 14 hours. All in all, I think this foundation actually holds up pretty well. Had I blotted like I was supposed to probably a couple of hours ago, I think I would have still looked perfect. But as you can see, I mean, there are literally oil spots on my face at this point. But again, we're at 14 hours, 8 hours with no blot, no nothing. So I just wanted to come in and do my final check-in on this foundation. I actually like this foundation more than the UOMA. I feel like it just held up better. Yeah, as I wear the two, I like the way this wears a little better than the UOMA foundation. So that's kind of like my final assessment. Let me see. As far as this Pur Cosmetics, as you can see, it's worn off a bit. I mean, you're starting to see some texture up in here. So it's definitely worn off a bit, but yeah, and the rest of my makeup is gone. But I think if I were to blot, I would still look pretty nice and put together. So that's kind of my gauge for foundations. If I can blot at the end of the day, even if I get oily, if I can blot and still kind of look put together at the end of a long day, then the foundation was a success. And this, I think, is a success. So let me know your thoughts down below if you've tried this foundation, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, so you guys just watched the wear test. What did you guys think as far as the wear of the foundation throughout the day? So I'm not going to talk too much because you guys saw it all in the clips, but as you can see, the Pur Cosmetics for me reigned supreme over the UOMA Beauty Cosmetics Foundation. And reason being was just longevity and wear. At the end of the day, the Pur Cosmetics Foundation just looked better on the skin. It wore better, it felt better on the skin. This foundation, I kind of had to keep checking to make sure that it wasn't getting too oily, because this foundation definitely does get a little oily on me, and I think it was only in like the 60s last week. I can't remember what the temperature was, but I don't think it was that hot. I don't think it was that hot, if I can remember. So once the weather starts getting hotter and I mean the temperature just starts rising, I don't know if this one will be able to sustain my long days. But this Pur Cosmetics foundation, this one was the truth. I'm in love with this foundation at this point. This has definitely been one of my favorite foundations lately. I have worn it several times and have been in love with it. I've worn this foundation 2 or 3 times, and every time it was just okay. So, and I'm saying it like that because I really wanted to love this foundation, you guys. I did. But every single time I wore it, it was just okay for my skin type. Now, keep in mind that I have super oily skin. So I wore this to church, I think on Mother's Day, and I wore it all day, and I just was not impressed with it. I wasn't impressed with how it wore, because 4 or 5 hours into the day, I had to blot because I really was oily and I just wasn't loving it. Now the Pur Cosmetics foundation though, this one is like a set it and forget it foundation, and I think you can see that even upon application. As you're putting it on and it's starting to dry down really fast, you can really see like, oh, you gonna be matte, huh? You gonna be matte, because that's what this foundation is. So if you do not have oily skin, if you don't have a problem with your makeup melting off in the summertime or even in the wintertime like mine does sometimes, then you may not love this foundation. This may be a better match for you. And I'm not saying that this foundation is bad or that it wouldn't hold up on anyone's skin, because that's not what I see. It had a little bit of staying powder, like a very little bit of staying powder, but I'm just like, I want set and forget foundations, you know what I mean? So this one is more my speed, but you guys saw how they wore. Let me know which one you think you would choose, and if you've tried these foundations, let me know if you've gotten similar results with them. So that is it for this video. I hope this video was informative and helpful for you. If you like videos like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you have 2 more products that you want to see me use head to head, let me know down below and I'll get that done for you. I love you guys so much. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as well as follow me on my social media, my Instagram especially, because you're missing out if you don't follow me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.